So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys how the ninja made Metsubushi, okay? It was easy as a farmer or a merchant walking on a bunch of eggs, right? So they would disguise this. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of videos where we throw powder in the eyes and, you know, irritants and stuff like that. They did it, yeah, no question, throw powder in the eyes. Maybe sometimes it was very fine iron filings. You know, like when you guys are making a sword and they got to sharpen the sword, all those things that come off of the sword, they would take that and then stick that in there. So imagine these small iron filings and throw them in your eyes. Every time you blink, you're cutting your eyeball. What I'm doing is I'm see that little baby hole on top right there, like a chicken would pop their head, take their little beak and pop through it. That's what I'm doing. Just like that. Then, I mean, if you do this, you know, it doesn't come out. So what you need is you get the air through. So I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get a good grip. And I'm just going to start popping. Then all you have to do at this point is you just have to blow the egg out of the shell, okay? Sweetie. Okay. Once we have the egg blown out, okay? That's what I have the plate for. Once we have that blown out, then what you're going to do is you want to let this dry as much as possible. So you just kind of once you got it like that, you want as much liquid on the inside out, okay? So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put this to the side and just kind of stick it over here. So we'll let you guys know, like as the eggs are drying, like you go ahead and make them, right? After you've made these, you go let them dry. At this point, that's when we come and we actually make the irritants. That's when you make the stuff that you want to put in it, so you can get it dry. You put water to that rice and you start meshing it together really good. You get like a tack. It's really tacked, and you add it to the rice. You add that to the rice paper. And then you can tack it around, and you get this like this glue effect, right? To this, which kind of makes a good tape. Now that we have the bottom covered, now at this point, what we need to do is we need to make that hole big enough because it's dry now. Okay. Now we need to make that hole big enough to get the irritants in it. This right here, the concoction of what you use, the ninja would always put a blessing on it. They put like a curse, if you will, or a chant. Okay. In the new book coming out, Shibimichi, you actually see some of the. I actually put pictures of the scrolls and the chants and the spells and what they would do when they bless their weapons. Okay. Now the irritant that we're using, okay, what they would use is a lot of different things. Okay, but its base form would have been like ash, like ashes from fire, because you know you put ashes in a wound, it burns like hell. Ashes in your eyes, it burns like hell. So that would be the base form. From that, they would add things to it to make it an irritant. Okay. So, now again, I've already made it. At this point, now I'm going to cut this in. But in an eggshell, there you go. Right? That's down on you. ninjutsu without being able to understand torches. A Minomi torch, and basically all it is it's about a 6-inch piece of cedar, and they put pine resin on it. Okay, and again, the pine resin is very flammable, antiseptic as well. Like if you hurt yourself or you have bug bites or whatnot, pine resin is good for an antiseptic. And you use it to put inside keyholes or knot holes inside walls to spy into people's houses. Okay, Yo Ninjutsu means light ninjutsu. Now what that means is the ninja operative will be executing their mission within the vision of others. This is where the ninja utilizes disguise and deception. Ninjutsu means dark ninjutsu, and this is where the idea of camouflage and concealment comes into play. Unlike Yonin, where they do the disguise and the deception, Inen focuses more on staying in the shadows, being every link of life, or every little moment in life links together, and all these links that you put together makes up one life, just like a chain, right? Now, have you guys ever heard the term, you're only as strong as your weakest link? So when you guys have your life, when they say there's no such thing as starting or stopping, only doing. Did anyone choose birth? No. Someone gave you birth. Therefore, you did not choose to start breathing. Are you guys going to choose death? Or is something or someone else going to choose death for you? More than likely, if you're training in martial arts, something or someone else is going to choose death for you. You're not going to do it yourself. You do not choose to start, and you do not choose to stop. You can only choose to do. You know, and I know it sounds like Yoda, right? Do or do not. There is no try. But it's true. You either do it or you don't do it. And what you do, okay, what you do is what those links are. What you don't do is not a link. It's not a link in your chain. That's what I mean by life. When you guys, let's say, live your life to be happy because you have one life to live. And if every link in your chain is something miserable, or something depressing, something just, you know, terrible, then you have a pretty shitty life. Everything you guys do with yourself is positive, and you're doing something to make yourself happy. Then you have a good life. When you guys start, you came into this world, and no one chose for you to breathe. You naturally did it on your own. And there will be a moment where every one of you guys will have to take your last breath. It is completely up to you to ask yourself, did I live a good life? Did I live a positive life? If not, I mean, think about these people that they have no friends. These people and like, it's really clean on, like, the internet is so full of these kind of people, you know? They have more internet cyber friends, and they know their username buddies
than they even have in their real life. In fact, they probably have no friends. You know what I mean? And all they do is log online and they just trash talk everybody because they're miserable people. They're miserable, like they're mad, they're upset, they're unhappy. And I don't mean miserable like I'm judging them. They're miserable in the sense that they're just completely negative. You know what I mean? And then when they die, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, he's a complete asshole. He's a troll. He's a dick. Why? When you have a negative stigma about you, you automatically take yourself away from excellence. You automatically take yourself away from being in that elite upper echelon. Kind of like the guy, you ever hear like Benedict or whatever, Benedict Arnold or whatever? I heard, I don't know if I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but really he was like a great general, a great war general. But because the perception of him, like, you know, backstabbing one individual, his greatness is totally overlooked by the fact that he backstabbed one person. We all go out to dinner, right? We all go to restaurants, we all go to dinner, we all, right? We go to the mall, we go to Worlds of Fun, we go to all these places. And what I mean by this is we go places that have public websites, that have public advertising about their business. How many times have you guys went somewhere, just everyone here, how many times have you guys went somewhere and loved it so much? You loved it so much that you had to go get online, find their Yellow Book page, find their YouTube page or whatever, and oh my God, you guys are so good, blah, 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 you know? I love you so much, you're the greatest ever, right? How many people really do that? No, right? Very few. How many times have you guys went to a restaurant or a business or anything else? You go there and you're like, ah, man, the food was terrible. My scrambled eggs taste like rubber. You know, the drink was nasty. The Coke had no fizz, right? And then you just go home because you're so pissed at the world that you got, their food sucks and they can't cook eggs and it might taste like rubber, you know? How many people really do that? Very few people do that. I mean, you've got like extremists. You see what I'm saying? The general public do not do that. And when the only thing you're known for is complete negativity, that's gonna suck to live on your deathbed knowing you're gonna be remembered for being the biggest asshole that someone knew. Bujutsu and Ninjutsu is not the art of killing. Yes, we kill. That's what we train for. But it's not the art of killing. It's the art of protection. It doesn't take talent to hurt anybody. I'm from a home where I have family members that are drunk. There was abuse, the whole bit. You guys know my background. It doesn't take talent to have a parent who likes to drink a whole hell of a lot and then beat the living shit out of you. You know what I mean? I was never trained to do that. So, you know, that doesn't take talent to hurt people. So why the hell would you dedicate your life to something that doesn't even take talent? I mean, do I really need to teach a child how to take a 30-inch razor blade and cut someone with it? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can cut your head off better than the next person cuts your head off. Seriously. Does that take a lot of talent? That you're perfecting the art of cutting off a head. That's not what you're here for. That's not the talent. The talent is control. The talent is learning how to do it, not for personal gain, but to help somebody else. It's like the police officer who trains to pull their gun really fast and shoot targets. The police officer does it because he's trying to protect the general public. Someone's in trouble, he protects them. He or she protects them. Then you got a 9-year-old kid with a freaking 9mm Beretta on the street that shoots someone for 20 bucks in their wallet. The police shoot someone, the kid shoots someone. Is it really for the same cause? We're putting our lives on the line to protect other people. We are putting shame to make other people better. That's what a teacher should do. I should endure shame so you guys can get better. God knows I do it. I've never had anyone meet me and train with me and not like me. I've never had someone say I'm a bad person, ever. And you guys should, that's what you guys should strive for. You know what I mean? There's very few people that can say that. I definitely embody that I will do what it takes to live my life to be happy. I will stand up in front of the general public and say, this is me. I'm sorry if you don't like me for any reason at all. Maybe it's the way I live, the way I choose to live my life, you know? But it's me and I'm happy. And I think that right there is kind of the essence of what we train in martial arts for. And I think every student of the Budo Ryu and any martial art organization for that fact should look up to their teacher the same way. So make sure that what you guys do in life is for happiness. Because if you're not going to get enjoyment out of it, then what are you doing it for?